Hi, I'm Danny Davis. I'm a lead partner in DD Consulting, and I want to tell you about M&A Integration Training. So I'm going to tell you who I am, why you need training, and what your training might contain. Me, I'm the managing partner of DD Consulting. I'm usually integration director on deals, so planning and running and delivering the deal from an integration viewpoint. I've done one of the smallest deals I've ever done this year was €1 million. That was 3 days training and writing an integration plan during that time. Also run a $6 billion deal, the European side of that, which took 3 years of my life, 30 countries, 250 business units crashing down to 110, and 30 work streams. So IT, finance, HR, sales, marketing, all that sort of stuff. I've run a $4 billion deal this year, the integration side of it, and small to large deals, 25 people or 100,000 people. I speak at a number of the world's top business schools. I've been speaking at London Business School for 15 years now as a guest speaker there, and just finishing off some research with them around M&A decision making. I do training, coaching, consulting people through deals. I've written lots of articles, as you can see there. I sit on the experts panel of the CMI, and I've written a book, M&A Integration, How to Do It. It goes very well with the training that we do. Do you need training? I think that you already know the answer to this, but there's consistency of knowledge. All of your people should have in planning and running a deal. Consistency of language. Do you all know what synergies mean? And you all have the same aims through your planning and delivery of your integrations or deals. So clearly there's deal aims, targets. You should be able to improve the value delivered through your deals through having training. Many people don't know where to start when they're planning their deal. So would you have a blank bit of paper, or would you rather have some knowledge, tools, templates, ways of working? Clearly that speeds up your deal process and your planning process, delivery process, which enables you to deliver benefits and synergies quicker. So if you're going to increase the profit, why not increase the profit faster, sooner? If you've got other synergies or changes you want to make, then why not quicker? Clearly, there's a point in the deal, day one, first day of ownership, where you need to plan for, and there's some things you need to think about and know for that. And everyone knows we need to communicate well, so rapidly, planned, effectively, and that ties in with the rest of the training. We need accountability, and we need to be ready. What might your training consist of? So I'm going to go through the main boxes in the middle, which are around our integration training. But we also quite regularly put in other parts of the deal for various different clients so they can see the whole deal process. So why would we want to buy a company? There's all sorts of reasons and rationale, strategy behind it that leads into how we're going to plan and put it together. So we've got our integration planning, the integration strategy, the synergies, and the planning and delivery of those synergies, the tracking of the synergies and the projects, which leads us into the governance and control processes of the integration and the projects. So that is usually the first day or two of training, and then the day 3, day 4 of training are often the functions, so the work streams, HR, finance, IT, communications. Everybody's got people, everyone's got systems, processes. Everyone needs to count some numbers. Everyone needs to communicate, both internally and externally. So there's quite a lot to talk about with those. There's always some other functions which are pretty specific to your particular company, deal industry. So supply chain, operations, production, distribution of various different kinds, procurement, health and safety, property tax. So a whole slew of other areas which we may or may not discuss depending on whether you want that in your training. And then one of the key areas is the growth, sales and marketing, cross-sell, the upsell, the improvement of margin, improvements around sales forces, and essentially growing the business, which is what most mergers are about. And that's very, very important. These all need to link in with other parts of the deal, the diligence, how we run integration planning alongside diligence, the discounted cash flow in the business case, and the synergies running through, the synergy estimation, which we help with, seeing as we deliver that out, and obviously the valuation and the budgets. So everything is interlinked and interconnected, and having a good stance, good kickoff to your integration is key. We do training with companies well in advance of deals. And when it's on a particular deal, it's either training or sometimes we call it mobilization workshops, where we do similar sort of content to the training, but it's much more interactive. So we might have 10, 20 minutes of teaching a particular topic, and then we would discuss how that should be applied on this particular deal, split into groups, discuss it, come up with answers, and then share it between each other. So although we have quite interactive training, it's usually 50-50 on teaching and discussion. When we do it on a particular deal, it's a lot more discussion and a lot more specific to that deal. We've also got a playbook, the methodology, the tools and templates we use, and the checklist we use to kick off the integration planning with 6,000 line items. So all very useful and helpful stuff. If you need any thoughts or want to talk about training, then give me a call.